lot of you guys have been asking me that what do I do to get recipes, where do I begin with it. So here's the thing where you have to begin. Basically, you have to begin with the end result that you want. So by working on the end result, I realized that there are three things that you need to keep in mind while cooking tandoori chicken without tandoor or oven. First is that you need to cook the chicken twice. So even they do that. They actually prepare the chicken earlier, half cook the chicken earlier. They keep it hanging so that the marination dries out. And when you order the chicken, they quickly cook it and serve it. Second is that they apply pressure while cooking. Finally, third and the last one is that they cook the chicken in dry heat. That is, in tandoor, there is only dry heat available. So these 3 points are the key to make tandoori chicken without tandoor or oven. So quickly, let's begin with it. So first and foremost, with every tandoori chicken, we need to make some gashes in the chicken. That is, keep your knife at a 45-degree angle and just make some incisions. Now these doesn't have to be perfect. After all, you're making it at your home. Okay, so when you're done with that, just transfer all your chicken into a bowl. And in case you didn't know, to get good results, we need to marinate this chicken twice. So for the first marination, I've taken lots of ginger garlic paste, some salt, and when I started to mix together, I realized that I didn't add vinegar. So you also need to add some vinegar. Now why the two-step marination? Well, basically first marination is to reduce the raw flavors of the chicken, the raw smell of the chicken, and to infuse in flavors of ginger garlic, salt and vinegar. So make sure you rest this chicken in a refrigerator for a minimum of 30 minutes. I'd say go longer, but 30 minutes is just fine. And in the meanwhile, let's prepare the other stuff for our Afghani marination. So here I've just taken a non-stick pan, you can use a tawa as well, and keep it on a very low flame. And here we just want to toast our kasuri methi. Just lightly toast it for about a minute or so, keep stirring in the middle. And when the kasuri leaves turns a bit crisp, turn the flame off immediately. And since these leaves have become a little crisp, you can easily turn these leaves into powder. And now let's get back to the marinated chicken. Okay, after about 30 minutes I've taken the chicken out of the refrigerator. So just transfer the chicken into a bowl, and to this add your toasted kasuri methi powder, lots of curd. And the important point here is that you have to use the curd which has really less amount of water, or you need to reduce the amount of water in the curd. Alright, quickly, then comes in lots of fresh cream, some white pepper powder, and if you want, you can use black pepper powder here as well. Also add some freshly crushed Elachi powder, Garam Masala and lemon juice. And to bind it all together, and a secret ingredient here as well, that is, add some cornstarch or arrowroot. Now the last ingredients, which are optional, you don't have to add them, but they certainly enhance the flavor. That is some cashews and some green chilies. I've just kept them in some hot water for about 10-20 minutes and just grind them very well. You'll get a thick paste like this. So just add it, mix everything together, and your marination is ready. Now here tandoori is totally incomplete without smokiness of the charcoal, and to provide that, just keep a stainless steel katori, light up a charcoal, and when it's well lit, keep it at the center, pour some ghee over it, and it will start to smoke viciously. So just cover it and let the chicken marinate with the smell of charcoal and those lovely ingredients for a minimum of 2 hours. Well, I would personally prefer to marinate it for at least 6 hours in a refrigerator. If you ask me, I kept my chicken for overnight. But you can go with 2 hours because I know that you want quick results. Anyways, to understand how the chicken cooks, we have to go a little outside. यहाँ बैठ के समझ में नहीं आएगा. We have to understand how they cook. So let's go. Okay, if you see here, you generally see things कि लोग ऐसे टंगा के रखते हैं हमेशा, और उसके पीछे भी एक मेजर रीज़न होता है. Basically to make the chicken dry, and it's already pre-cooked. They generally cook twice. So my 2 points, that is the temperature variation and cooking the chicken 2 times, is the secret. And here you can see that they always cover the tandoor with a kadhai or this kind of a plate to basically ensure maximum pressure so that the chicken cooks quickly. If you cook the chicken for 20 or 25 minutes, it's certainly going to be dry. And that is why at home without tandoor, you don't get results because you cook it for too long. And here you can see that when this guy opens the tandoor, there's so much flame and it's all dry heat. So that's where I developed all these concepts of twice cooking, dry heat and pressure so that it'll give you best results. Okay, and now I'm back and I'll explain you in more details in future videos because there's a lot of tandoori recipes left. Paneer tikka, soya chap as well. But now let's continue with this recipe. Okay, so first we're gonna twice cook the chicken. But how are we gonna twice cook? So basically just take a pan and keep it on a super high flame. I've just added a little bit of oil in the pan and you want the temperature on the pan to be very high. 170 or about 200 degrees. Yes, you want it to be as high as possible. Pan should be smoking. So quickly add your chicken and if it's possible, keep the thick parts like the leg piece in the center and the lean parts on the corner because generally the temperature is very high at the center. So keep turning the chicken around and if you're left over with this marination, then just add it over to the chicken. So I'm gonna cook the chicken for about a minute or so, basically until it turns from pink to a little bit of whitish in color. And as soon as that happens, turn your flame to as low as possible and cover it with the lid. Now you can see that as the temperature would actually drop and over a period of time, that is 10 minutes in our case, due to pressure, the temperature will slowly increase. And that will ensure that the chicken is cooked throughout. So I kept a probe even inside the chicken. You can see that the temperature is increasing over 10 minutes. Alright, time to open up the lid. And at this point, your chicken is almost completely cooked. But I know you're gonna say ki Bharat ye tandoori kahan se hua? Now what are we gonna do to ensure that there is that beautiful crust that you get on the tandoori chicken? Well, don't worry guys. Just quickly take all the chicken pieces out of the pan and transfer it to a bowl. Okay, now time for the secret. Well, here is the amazing secret part. You see, if you remove all the moisture present in this marination, it kind of acts as an insulator. I'll explain you. Let's go. Just cook it on a very high flame and make sure you keep stirring and remove all the moisture present in the marination. It will take you about 5 minutes and you'll get something like this. And if you look at the chicken right now, you can see that it is completely cooked throughout and it's very soft as well. It's coming easily off the bone. If you cook it for too long, it will certainly lose all its moisture. Now what I'm going to do is take all my chicken pieces and just apply that dry marination. Now here the cornstarch comes into play because cornstarch basically thickens everything together. It binds everything together. So just apply it generously to the chicken. Make sure you make use of all the marination because it's gonna act like an insulator. It'll make sure that the inside of the chicken does not get overcooked. And now we're going to apply the same concept of hanging the chicken. I told you that they make sure that the chicken is dry from the outside. So this marination due to the starches will actually set. That is, it will make the covering a little dry. After 5 minutes, you can see that this layer is a little bit of firm. And when I turn it over, it's pretty moist. And that's very crucial. And that's how you get that tandoori crust. So make sure you turn the chicken in the meanwhile because we can't hang it in our homes like they do. Now what I'm going to do is basically for the final step, I'm going to just put my chicken on a skewer and just roast it on a very high flame on my gas. That's it. Just be a little careful as the skewer will get hot as well, and that is why I'm wearing a glove, and also keep rotating in few moments. What? Okay, you don't have a skewer as well? Don't worry, I get it. Just use this kind of a mesh. You'll easily get it. I'll give you the link from the Amazon as well. You just have to put your chicken pieces over it and within few moments it'll have a proper charcoal effect. Now to cook it properly, I'll suggest you to apply a little bit of butter so that it has a nutty note as well. And when you'll turn, you'll get this. This looks truly amazing, doesn't it? Now the only problem that I face in this method is that my gas burner would really get bad stains. So I would suggest you that as soon as you cook the chicken, just clean it then and there. That's the only way you won't get any stains. Otherwise, bhul jao bhaiya, nishan to pakka aayenge. So guys, this is my recipe for making Afghani tandoori chicken without oven, and trust me, it'll give you one of the best results. I'll post the Hindi version by tomorrow and I'll try my best to post it by tomorrow evening. So guys, as always, you'll find all the list of ingredients and their measurements on my website, and you can buy all the stuff that I use. वो जाली का link भी आपको नीचे description bar में मिल ही जाएगा. So guys, if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, do subscribe to this channel, and please watch more of my videos if you want to learn more. I'll see you guys later.